Hey everybody, I'm Craig. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about mental health and depression. So this is a really important topic to me because I've dealt with this almost my whole life, and it's something that I even decided to go to school for so I could learn to be a counselor, so I could help people with. And so it's really important to me. I care a lot about it, and I really want to, live a mentally healthy life myself with a mental illness, and share my knowledge, my experience, my schooling with other people. I want to make a difference. And so the most important thing in this whole video is that mental illness, it makes your own brain lie to you. You'll hear this topic a lot. They'll say depression lies, and that's a really important thing to remember. And I want to talk about a few different types of mental illness, just to kind of express some things that I've been dealing with, and also to help other people who may not have any of these things or may not have any experience with them to get a better understanding of what people go through. I said it's something I'm dealing with. This past month has been really pretty difficult, especially this last week, and yesterday was a piece of crap. But it's not that. Because I've gone through counseling, because I've had years of therapy, because I've gone to school, I've learned, I've done a lot of research, it's not that big of a deal for me. I've got the coping mechanisms, I've got good support structures, I've got a lot of things here that help me to not make bad decisions in the middle of that. Not to say I didn't make some bad decisions, that I was perfect or anything like that, but I didn't make any life-altering, stupid, crazy stuff. So, first one I want to talk about is obsessive-compulsive disorder. Now, it's one of those things that we always kind of throw about as, oh, if a person is particular, or if they're anal retentive, then, oh, they have OCD tendencies. I really don't like that. Because in learning about it and studying about it, it's something way, way more than that. It's not just, oh, I like to have my pins in order. It's, if I don't have my pins in order, the sky is going to come crashing in and everyone's going to die and it's going to be my fault. It's characterized by, obsessions and compulsions, usually related to magical thinking things, where the cause and effect don't really line up at all. But it's such an obsessive drive that you can't not do it. A lot of times they're related to cleanliness or contamination. And so if I don't wash my hands enough and get them perfectly clean, then they're going to be contaminated and it's going to transfer, and then my mom's going to get sick and she's going to die. And so if I don't wash my hands, my mom's going to die. And it's a big deal. Or if every time I leave the room, if I don't flip the switch on and off 10 times, then there's going to be another Paris attack. And hundreds of people are going to die, and it's going to be my fault. And clearly those things don't have anything to do with each other, but you can't get past it. I haven't ever had this particularly, but I've had some compulsions type things, like when I've gotten sick, or I slept with too many covers and I got way overheated and I woke up in the middle of the night and my brain was way overheated, and I had this I had to do this thing, and if I didn't I was going to die, and it was the most frustrating, most intense fear of my life, and I don't even want to imagine what that's like every day. And one of the worst parts about OCD is that for most people who have it, they know that their obsessions and their compulsions and the end result, the outcome that they're trying to stop, doesn't make any sense. They know that there's no connection with, the light switch and some terrorist attack. I mean, they know it, but they're being held captive by their own brain. So they know that what they're thinking and what they're feeling and what they're driven to do doesn't make any sense, but they can't stop. Imagine for a second that, how we all have that feeling that, oh, did I lock the front door, or did I leave the oven on? Now imagine if you couldn't go back in your memory and realize, oh yeah, I did lock the door, or even if I left the oven on, there's nothing around it, it's going to be okay. Imagine if you couldn't do that. And on top of that, it wasn't just someone could break into my house and steal some of my stuff. It was the sky is going to come crashing down and everyone's going to die. You know, take that normal thing and make it times 100,000, and that's OCD. Another one I want to talk about is anxiety. And anxiety is another one of those things where your brain, your body holds yourself captive, because anxiety is, you know, just the normal fight or flight response taken to extremes. And people with anxiety, they're already in that heightened sense. Their fight or flight response is already kind of turned on a little bit, and so they're hyper aware of everything around them. And then, you know, they'll be, you know, going through life, or they'll go outside and there'll be a ton of people that they can't keep track of, or a car will backfire, or somebody will sneeze, or they'll just have to go stand in line at the grocery store, and then that anxiety gets cranked up a little bit. And then they start to notice that they're anxious, and their body is starting to exhibit those anxious signals. Their hands are clammy, their stomach's starting to get tight, and they think that they might throw up. And now they're anxious about being anxious, and so it just spirals out of control. It goes from being, oh, I'm, you know, anxious about this particular thing happening, to I'm anxious about my stomach's anxious and I don't want to throw up, and so it just gets more and more and more and more and more crazy until their like body goes into like full panic mode, and they can't breathe. They're hyperventilating. Their brain is screaming at them, "You're going to die! You're going to die! You're going to get out! You're going to die!" But at the same time, their body won't respond, and so they're being held hostage, and they don't know what to do. And then the craziest part about that is, once you have a panic attack, you're afraid and anxious of having another panic attack. So not only are you anxious about being anxious, you're anxious about being anxious because you'll have a panic attack and all that stuff will happen again. And it's terrible. One of the good things about anxiety, and there's not very many, is that you can't really die from anxiety. You can have a panic attack, but your body can't maintain that level of arousal. The technical word of that, you know, not sexual arousal, but arousal of your body is just in that heightened state. It can't maintain that for a very long time. So you will eventually come down. But a lot of people don't know that. And so when they get into that situation, they think they're going to die. They go to the hospital, or they just flip out. But this is one of the scary parts about a lot of mental illness, is that even if you know, like the people with OCD, they know that their compulsions, they don't make any sense. The people with anxiety oftentimes don't, but even if they do know, they know that if they just wait it out, they'll be okay. When that happens, they've got their body screaming at them, go, 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 you're going to die, you're in trouble, you're in danger, go, go, go. And then they've got a part of their brain that's saying, I know I'm in danger, but I can't do anything about it because I'm hyperventilating on the floor. And then there's another part of their brain that's trying to overcome both of them and say, you're going to be okay, you're going to be okay, just breathe, this is going to pass, you're going to be okay. And that's hell. I don't like to use that word very often, but that's like living hell, to have your body just go up against you and fight against you, and you can't do anything about it. And so that leads me to the other one, the one I'm most familiar with, which is depression. And it's kind of a similar thing. You know, your brain lies to you. It tells you that you're not good enough, that nobody will love you, that you can't get that job, that you're not worth anything. And the scary part about a lot of those things is that there's enough truth in them, usually not very much, but there's enough truth that it's believable. So when you say, if people liked me, they would text me back. That means people don't like me. Well, maybe a lot of people haven't been texting you back. Maybe a lot of your friends have moved away or have distanced themselves from you for whatever reasons, and you're not really sure why. Or that girl doesn't like you, that boy doesn't like you. And it's really easy to internalize these things and to let them build up over and over and over. And then those small thoughts become bigger thoughts, and they become more debilitating. And it goes from being, I just don't want to go out because it'll be too much trouble, to I wish I could go to sleep and not wake up. And those suicidal thoughts, those suicidal ideations are a big deal, and I'll talk about those in a second. So if you have any of those, wait, and I'll address them specifically. But so you've got all those thoughts that are weighing you down, and then all of a sudden, and then also, not all of a sudden, also, you lack motivation, and your body isn't handling its energy very well. And so not only do you not feel well, not only do you have these thoughts that are heavy on you, your energy is low. So even if you wanted to get out and do something, you can't get out of bed, or you can't get off the couch. You have these big plans, these big dreams to go and do stuff, and you have trouble like cleaning your room, and you get down about not being able to clean your room. So how in the world are you going to be able to do that? And then you think, oh, well, even if I went and did this change, then I would still just fail. And so you lose hope, and it's frustrating. And then one of the things that I struggle with in this, and it's really, again, frustrating, is that there's this kind of back and forth hypersomnia and insomnia, to where you have trouble not sleeping all day long, and then even when you do get out and do stuff, or go to work, and you don't sleep all day, which you really want to do anyway, you get home and you dread going to bed, and because you end up just tossing and turning almost the whole night, and all those thoughts and feelings and fears and frustrations, there's nothing there to calm them down anymore. There's nothing there to drown them out. You're in a dark room by yourself in your own head. I mean, this is real. Sorry, but last night I had a really bad day. Yesterday I was really struggling with some stuff, and I just, laying in bed, tossing back and forth, not really anything going on in my head, but it just, sleep was not there, and it just felt like my chest was like caving in. It just hurt, and was not fun. Just kind of like rocked myself to sleep a little bit, and then and I say that not to say, hey, look at me, feel sorry for me, or anything like that, but just say that there is something in the value of sleep, and to know, and I've had to learn this, and I've been told this, is that tomorrow is a new day, and it will be better. Because in that moment when everything feels like it's crashing down on you, it feels hopeless, but tomorrow, is a new day. There's new sun, there's new light. And so it's, all that kind of same idea of there's something restorative, there's something regenerative about sleep. And knowing that, again, it's a new day. So there's that. And speaking of the suicidal thoughts, if you've never had counseling, if you've not been given the tools to deal with that, if you have any suicidal thoughts, whether it's, I wish I could go to sleep and never wake up, if it's, it'd be so much easier if I was dead, go get help. Talk to family, or, if you're in school, high school or junior high school, or college, they almost always have free counseling services. You can even go to your primary care physician. You can look up online to find therapists in your area. You can even go to the police and say, hey, I'm struggling with these issues. I don't feel like and this is a kind of an interesting thing you probably need to say, I don't feel like I'm a danger to myself or anyone else, but I think if it keeps going, I might be down the road. So I was wondering if you could help me find someone, help me get connected to the services that could help me. And if if your ideas go into like plans or, you know, actually planning to do it, yes, go get help immediately. Those things aren't things you want to play with for anyone. Even if you've had counseling, even if you've had help, those things are important. And if you've had help, that means hopefully that means you've got someone you can call or contact. And I'll probably put in the description a few links to, you know, places that you can, you know, call someone and get help. There's a lot of hotlines. We love you. We want you in this earth. You're valuable. Stick around. So to kind of wrap all this together, we often talk about mental health as if it's this, you know, like a cold, or we put this giant stigma on it. And the way we don't even have ways to screen for mental health issues when buying firearms in this country, and that's just the proper usage of the word insane. It's a disconnect from reality. And you know, we make fun of people with OCD by trivializing it to mean I like to, you know, my desk to be straight, or I like to keep a clean house. And in doing that, we take these important deals where people's brains are straight up lying to them about reality, and we make them trivial. You know, you wouldn't dream of going up to someone who just had an accident and their leg is in, you know, hanging off, and just say, oh, you know, no big deal. Just walk it off. You'll be okay. And that's what we do to people with mental illness. We say, oh, you're depressed? Oh, that's nice. You're just sad. You know, just get up and go to work and you'll be okay. That's not how it works. You know, oh, you just need to calm down because, you know, that light switch, you know, it doesn't have anything to do with that. And so we need to be better prepared. We need to handle these things better. We need to be kinder to people with issues. We need to fund, as a society, come together and fund research and development and therapy and places for people to get mental health counseling and therapy and medicine. And, you know, we need to, as we have better lives and better places, and higher stress, a lot of these issues are going to come out, because a lot of them are tied to stress. So, yeah. I hope that wasn't too somber. I hope that wasn't too intense. I hope that wasn't too real. There's going to be a couple of those on this channel every now and again, where I just really say something I'm passionate about, say something I'm going through, because I want this to be interesting and witty and funny and self-deprecating, but at the same time, I want it to be real and valuable and helpful to people. And I hope that's it. So, hope you'll have a great day. I will see y'all later. Yeah, don't kill yourself to live. We want you to live. Stick around. See ya. Hey everybody, it's end card time, but I'm going to pick you up, and we're going to go over here because I don't want all my end cards to look the same. So, hopefully it'll figure out what's going on and lighten up. Okay. So, I hope y'all are having a great day. I'm going to sit here by my air conditioner and my art. And, I think I'll do this too. Oh, what? Hey, how you doing? Anyway, so, hope y'all are enjoying my On series. If there's anything you want me to talk about, I need to go back and do a quick Q&A on a couple things, even though it won't be quick because it'll take me a while, because they're really important things to talk about. Like I said, I've been having some issues, motivation and energy lately, so I'll get to that soon. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I will talk to y'all later. Have a great day, have a wonderful time. If you need help, go get it, find it, look in the description. I'll have some links to different places. And, yeah. You should go back and look at this end card and see how many times I look over here at my monitor instead of at the lens. You should do that. See ya.